What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, it looks like undefeated 3-division world champion, superstar boxer, former junior welterweight, undisputed world champion, currently the WBO welterweight world champion, Terence Crawford, will be facing former IBF welterweight world champion, superstar British boxer, Kell Brook, Special K, in his next fight, which looked like it's going to take place November 14th. According to Kell Brook, the former IBF champion, he says that he and Terence Crawford are close to agreeing to a showdown. Originally, there were reports that surfaced last week of an offer made from Terence Crawford, his promoter, Top Rank, and CEO, legendary promoter, Bob Arum, for $1.5 million. And that wasn't going to cut it. So apparently they have upped the ante and have gave Kell Brook a number that he's satisfied with and that he's willing to work with. And it looks like the fight will take place November 14th for Terence Crawford's next showdown. This is a big name for Terence Crawford. It arguably is the biggest name on Terence Crawford's resume. Kell Brook will be. Kell Brook, though, has not fought at the welterweight limit of 147 pounds since losing to now undefeated, unified WBC IBF welterweight world champion superstar boxer Earl the True Spence Jr. back in 2014, I believe that fight took place. 2017 was the last time Kell Brook faced off at the welterweight limit. He had, after that fight, moved up to 154 and claimed that the reason he lost to Errol Spence Jr. was due to the fact that he could not make that 147-pound weight limit. He struggled to make the weight limit, so he had to move up to 54. Kell Brook is a very muscular guy. He doesn't have much water weight to lose. And he said that was the reason he campaigned for Errol Spence to come up to 154 and challenge him and give him a rematch. And Errol Spence said, "Leave me alone." Been there, done that. He suffered 2 eye injuries back-to-back to Gennady Golovkin when he dared to be great, jumped up 2 weight classes and challenged then unified middleweight world champion Gennady Triple G Golovkin, which he was stopped. And then he was stopped by Errol Spence, in which Errol Spence collected his IBF title. With that said, Kell Brook is still a viable option. Kell Brook is still a name in the sport. Kell Brook still definitely knows how to handle himself and definitely knows how to fight. He hasn't had a high-profile fight since the Errol Spence fight, but this is a big fight. He's big, strong, strapped. He has a beautiful jab. He has a 1-2 punch. He's very strong, very tough. The only knock on Kell Brook at this point in time is the eyes. Are they going to hold up? And then when you talk about Terence Crawford moved up from 135, 140, and 147, become a world champion in all 3 different weight classes, undisputed at junior welterweight. So Terence Crawford is widely considered the best pound-for-pound boxer in the world. And with that said, the boxing fans, pundits, and media want to see Terence Crawford test his skill set. Don't want to see Terence Crawford in the ring with mismatches. You want to see Terence Crawford in there with the absolute best. And this is a huge step in that direction. Since he's been a welterweight, he's fought Jeff Horn, which is obviously, a fight that everybody understands. That was his first fight at welterweight. Jeff Horn had previously beat Manny Pacquiao for the WBO title. And Terence Crawford stopped Jeff Horn and took the WBO title. Then he fought Jose Benavidez. He stopped Jose Benavidez late. Then he fought Amir King Kong, British former multi-division world champion and rival of Kell Brook. That fight that never came to fruition. Amir Khan seemed to have quit in that fight. And then he fought Egis Kavaluskas, the Mean Machine, which was his mandatory challenger. But everybody wants to see Terence Crawford in the ring with big names. And this is a big name. Kell Brook, should his eyes hold up, and this is going to be a heck of a fight. I'm expecting Terence Crawford to win this fight. I'm expecting Terence Crawford versatility, his boxing ability, all that, his boxing knowledge, his boxing wisdom to come into play, and I'm expecting Terence Crawford to stop Kell Brook late, 7th, 8th round. So it's looking like November 14th is going to be the day. But that's all I got for y'all. We already know the big fight that everybody wants to see is Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. But it's going to have to wait till Terence Crawford obviously gets past Kell Brook and until Errol Spence gets past former 2-division world champion, former junior welterweight unified world champion, and former WBC welterweight world champion Danny Swift Garcia. So he's going to have to get past that test, which is November 21st, a week after Terence Crawford and Kell Brook. November 14th marks the date for Kell Brook and Terence Crawford. November 21st marks the date for for Errol Spence and Danny Garcia. Obviously, that's set up that way for a reason, because the two are rivals. I don't know if Kell Brook and Terence Crawford is going to be a pay-per-view event. I know Errol Spence, Danny Garcia is going to be a pay-per-view event, and obviously everybody wants to measure them, how Danny Garcia does with Errol Spence, how Terence Crawford does with Kell Brook, obviously, right? The higher profile fighter is Danny Garcia because he's more durable, and that's mainly the reason, because if you put Danny Garcia in the ring with Kell Brook, and Kell Brook height of his career before the injuries, more than likely Kell Brook would be the favorite in that fight. So let's see how this all plays out. Going to look like November 14th marks the date. Terence Crawford, Kell Brook. That's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blood Sports TV, or one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.